Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to cover, from Ye's associate Pusha T, who spoke against Kanye's recent controversial comment in an interview that sparked surprising reactions on the web so far, as he's also getting dragged at the moment.
What?
Today we also have a GOAT rapper list that got the attention of rappers and fans alike, and it's some interesting reactions so far. Pac also hit a new milestone on Billboard. Check it out. Tupac's greatest hits has now spent 450 total weeks on the Billboard 200, number 94 this week. It's the fourth longest charting rap album in history, after Eminem's Curtain Call the Hits, Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, Mad City, and Drake's Take Care. Now this is odd because by hip-hop Twitter's definition, Eminem's Curtain Call and Pac's greatest hits aren't rap albums, and some are still fighting this losing battle. Billboard should make a rule about great hits albums, cause it's not fair for studio albums. But many top rappers have greatest hits albums like Nas and Jay-Z. It's just that Pac and Eminem's greatest hits albums are doing much better in comparison. And in response to this, a user adds, imagine how unfair it is that if the greatest hits didn't count, Eminem would have the top 2 spots on this list, and if you want, we can discuss how the albums released after 2009 have had it much easier, and some Eminem fans have been trolling with this. But hip-hop Twitter trying to tell us that Curtain Call by Eminem is not a real album, loudly crying laughing emojis. More, so Curtain Call is a rap album, and even the longest charting? It is news to me. I'm still surprised that these in quotes non-albums from Pac and Eminem went diamond. Moving on, Pusha T finally spoke about Kanye's controversial comments in a recent interview, and via Hop New Hip Hop it goes. The It's Almost Dry rapper sat with the LA Times recently and finally opened up about Ye's controversial comments in the last few months. Though Pusha T didn't bash Ye in any form, he expressed that it was very disappointing hearing the Good Music founder make such remarks. Definitely affected me, he told writer August Brown. To describe it, I would say it's been disappointing, very disappointing. You know, just as a black man in America, there's no room for bigotry or hate speech or anything like that. Though he's clearly not a fan of Ye's comments, he said that he always admired his collaborators' creative freedom whenever they work together. Creatively, Ye has meant freedom to me, he said. A lot of times people will try to get me to change certain things about my process, change certain things about me lyrically, change certain things about the content. He never has been like that. Push added, he always saw me for who I was and knew how to take it to the next level. And over on Twitter, for instance, some are calling out Pusha T for hypocrisy, it seems. This coming from a dude who's bragged about selling poison to black people for over 2 decades, and this was recurrent in their replies. This from the man that takes pride in selling cocaine in his community. F out of here. Basically, many users are dragging Pusha T for hypocrisy. Quite interesting, and some are asking, why are the quotes booing him? He's right. But some believe it's a classic case of the pot and kettle. He's right, but it's a pot meet kettle situation, laughing my bum off. Moving on to the next point, a GOAT list for Caucasian rappers has caught the attention of King Crooked and others. A list that's got Eminem, Vanilla Ice, Marky Mark, Post Malone, and Russ as the top 5 Caucasian rappers of all time. And Crook shared this with the caption, the order is thinking emoji. Thoughts? And on the order, check this out. Order is a bit sus to me. Also, not including any of the Rhymesayers dudes is quite an oversight. Though I understand why this would skip them, probably not aware Atmosphere outsold many of them. And here's one that got Chuck B's attention. Eminem, Mac Miller, Action Bronson, Ace of Rock, Brother Ali, Vinnie Paz, Everlast, LP, Slug, R.A., Beastie Boys, Chris Auric. Chuck B responds, my bro Evidence is so smooth, he's laughing at this list, LOL. More, Vanilla Ice at number 2, laughing emoji. And Crook agrees, as when a user states, well, at least they got number 1, right? That's all I'll say, loudly crying emoji. Crook responds, first one was cool, and then they immediately jumped out the window. And Logic can't catch a break. There's absolutely no logic this list, get it? Another one, is Logic considered a white rapper? Crook responds, it feels like yes and no, depending on who's talking about him. Man, it's one of the craziest things ever, if you think about it. And Crook concludes, that list taught me 2 things. Some people think Logic is fully Caucasian, and a cool amount of people bump John Cena's music. I actually headed to Spotify after this, and would you look at that. John Cena's got over 500,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. I had no idea his music was this popular. For some context, Joe Biden's got over 600,000 monthly listeners. In fact, some have advised Crook to give it a listen. Honestly, you should give his album a spin. You might be surprised. John has bars. Simple bars, but bars nonetheless, and a good flow. Doesn't rap fast at all, and yeah, I recommend it to people all the time, and they end up liking it for the most part. Overall, I'll be looking forward to your thoughts on these topics today, especially the GOAT list. That will be all for today. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe if you enjoy content like this, and see you on the next one.